Anakin's hurt, and it all goes downhill from there. That and more in this week's episode of the Star Wars Review. Really short story summary this week, so here we go. So this episode starts off with the newsreel saying that the war in the Outer Rim Galaxy is getting out of hand, and Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano are headed to help Ayla Secura. Please tell me if I'm saying that wrong, because I think I am. So, when they get there, they all plan to board a Mercy shuttle, but just before that happens, Anakin is forced to force push Ahsoka, Ayla, and some clones out of the way of an incoming explosion. Because of the explosion, Anakin is thrown into unconsciousness. Just in time, Ahsoka pulls him into the shuttle, only for the ship to be attacked, and gets headed straight into a star. But they shut the power of the ship and evade the star, but also unwillingly puts Anakin's life in risk, considering he was on life support. They crash land on a planet, and everyone gets out in time before the ship explodes. There they set up camp, and Ahsoka, Ayla, and some clones look for help, while Commander Rex stays with Anakin. Eventually, Ayla, Ahsoka, and the clones find the camp villagers after they lose 3 clones due to a beast attack. They sort of look like lions, but lions on steroids. There they meet the village leader, who is not interested in war, but cannot say no to help. In exchange for a healer, he keeps Ayla at his camp for insurance. When Ahsoka, the remaining clone, and the healer come back to camp, they fend off another attack by the beasts of that planet, but not by lightsaber, but by rope from the village healer. The village healer actually, I don't know if he subdues the creature, or he kills him, because if Ahsoka was going to kill him with her lightsaber, it's the same thing killing. They just didn't want it done with the lightsaber. Anakin is then healed at the village camp and is surprised at the first sight of the villagers. The episode ends with Ayla and Ahsoka talking about how they're going to get off the planet, and as they are looking out into the sky. At the beginning of this episode, there was a new kind of droid. It was called the super. They didn't say battle, but they said super droids. So I guess you'd call it that, because if you would just call it super battle droids, then it would be just the same old first kind. So if they have money to make these super droids, just make the super droids. Forget about the stupid regular droids. Make the super droids, and those other droids we saw in Rookies. Then it would be a real fight. If we saw these droids and the droids we saw in Rookies, the droid commandos, I think they were called, they wouldn't have to waste their money on those stupid droids. So take that into consideration sometime. So what do you think of that comment? Just write below. Another note is how the villagers walk. They don't walk. They roll. They roll like Sonic, for example. Sonic the Hedgehog. They just roll. It's familiar to me because I think I've seen another creature roll like that. And it's surprising how they're so like, they don't care about moving. Like the village healer doesn't care about moving out of the camp when they should know that there's beasts in the grass because they lived there for so long. But he just goes out to see the injured Jedi, Anakin. If you want to say comment about that, comment down there. And another one is I liked how Anakin was surprised by the villagers. Like, he was laying down and the villagers were all above him, and he yelled "Snips." That was a funny moment in this episode. Yeah. And this episode I rated 3 out of 5 because it was a good episode. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was a good episode. So I could watch this episode over. It's an okay episode. And that's it. Rate, comment, and subscribe. We have a little extra time on our hands this week, so I'd like to talk about an interesting note from last week. I don't usually do this. I usually do it on the review of this show, but I forgot to talk about it last week. Well, anyway, this coming week just now that happened. I was on Star Wars Action News Forum. It's a great website too. You should listen to the podcast. It's really nice, and they do a review on the Star Wars: The Clone Wars every week. A user on that forum said that if you look in last week's episode, and you go to the screen where the pirates are driving off on their motorcycles. They're driving out of the base to go shoot at the clones. If you look at the wall the pirates are driving off of, there's a poster of a naked Twi'lek female. I don't know who put that there, but I don't think that's appropriate for a young age range to watch. I have it on camera. I captured it, but I don't want to put it on YouTube because I might get sued or something. So it's a good note for you, and I want to see what you think. So just write down here, and like I said before, rate, comment, and subscribe, and that's it.